Hi, Paul. It's Gary Sleeman calling.
What's this about, Gary?
Well, Paul, I wanted to talk to you some more about what I can do to make you stay with us.
We've already had this conversation.
Yes, but I still
Gary,
think...
it's 5 o'clock.
Paul! You are such a valued client that I couldn't sleep a night knowing the kind of mistake that you guys are making.
The decision is final, Gary.
No, in my world, no decision is final until the deal has been signed.
A deal has been signed. It's over.
You signed a deal with another agency between now and this afternoon.
That's right.
You expect me to believe that, Paul?
Yes, Gary, I expect you to believe it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go home.
Wait, you can't just hang up on me.
You want to talk about the weather?
I want to talk about what I can do to make you stay with us.
Gary, it's over.
You can't do this to me, Paul. 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 Paul, you piece of shit! Fuck you, Paul!
My brother was expecting us 20 minutes ago. Skin looks like shit.
You look fine.
Did you have a good day?
Yep.
Why'd you have to work late?
You know, some stupid stuff. How's your day?
It's okay. I talked to my mother. Not sure how much longer I can keep it a secret from her.
We already talked about this.
Yeah, but you're not the one who has to deal with her constant questions.
This could all be over soon. You don't have to tell anybody.
What if it's not? When does it become okay to tell people, Gary? Plus, we're not going to be able to pay out of pocket anymore. Would you be okay with telling people then?
We can take out a loan.
God, it doesn't make any sense. I bet my brother would be more than happy.
Forget it.
What do you mean, forget it? You don't want to do donor sperm? That's fine. I get that. But then you are going to have to be more cooperative.
Why do you have to bring this up now? Literally any other time would be better than right now.
There is never a good time to bring it up, Gary. Every time I bring it up, you shut down on me. Why are there damn tissues in this car? You've been smoking? Gary.
I had one cigarette. Just one.
You're not supposed to be smoking any.
I was gonna throw the rest of them out, Sheila, I promise.
God, that's great. That's just great. Here I am giving myself 5 injections a day, and you have to promise me you won't smoke cigarettes. As if it's not enough for the doctor to tell us that the single most important thing right now is for you to take care of your health. But this makes me feel like you're not as committed as you should be.
Of course, I'm committed.
Make it so there isn't any doubt in my mind.
And there they are.
So sorry we're late.
Come on in. We already got things started.
We? Who's, we?
You remember Tom, my friend Alan's son? He's in town for the weekend, so I asked him to join us.
It's been so long. You're all grown up.
It's nice to see you again, Sheila.
This is my husband, Gary.
Pleasure to meet you, Gary.
Nice to meet you too, Tom.
Shall we?
Guys, you have to try this whiskey. It's a single malt that Tom brought back from Australia. It is fantastic.
You know, we're actually not drinking right.
Thanks. I'd love some whiskey.
So, Australia. What brought you all the way down there?
I was on assignment. Tom's a wildlife photographer.
Really? That's fascinating. What was the assignment?
We were documenting the yearly humpback whale migration that happens there.
So you're actually diving right up close to them.
That's right.
That's, wow, I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Oh, well, it's amazing. Getting to be so close to such magnificent creatures. Few feelings compared to it.
Definitely an interesting way to make a living.
Yeah. Considering that it's just putting on some diving gear and clicking a shutter. Am I wrong?
Well, there's a little more that goes into it than that. But I can see why someone might think that. What do you do, Gary?
Work at a local ad agency. I'm an account executive.
That's sales, right?
Yeah.
So Gary, how's work? Everything going well?
Very well, actually.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, actually, I just got told today that I'm in line for a big promotion.
Sorry, you didn't mention that earlier.
Well, it didn't seem like the time.
Guys, that sounds terrific. Let's try the scotch.
What is this? Gasoline?
I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna go get Gary some water. I bet you have some very interesting stories.
And yes, I have a lot of those.
I'm all ears.
Well, this wasn't on my most recent trip to Australia, but the time before that. I was there photographing great whites, which meant I was in one of these diving cages that have these holes all around where you can stick the camera out. Now, the thing about these holes is that they're big enough that the sharks can sort of stick their noses in if they get curious. And usually when they do that, you just give them a poke with the camera housing, they get deterred and they swim right off. It's no problem. But I had this one day when I was, just snapping some shots, minding my own business, not bothering a soul. When all of a sudden I turn around and I see this 10-foot long great white with its pitch black eyes and its razor sharp teeth. And he's coming right for our cage like a goddamn torpedo. And the next thing I know, about 3 feet of him just comes right into the cage. And so he immediately starts going completely berserk, thrashing around the cage as though his life depended on it. Which means I'm now holding on to my camera for dear life. And I have loaded my feet on cage walls. And I'm desperate trying to
Yank it away from this monster.
No, that really sounds terrifying.
I swear it was the only time in my entire life when I was so scared that I actually peed myself.
But you were in a cage.
I'm sorry?
You're safe, right? I mean, has anybody ever actually been seriously injured in one of those?
Well, not that I know of.
Right. So you knew you were safe.
Gary, what are you saying?
I'm just saying that it was probably not as dangerous as it seems.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. Anyways, all rational thought tends to sort of fly out the window when you're wrestling with a 500-pound shark.
But you're not actually wrestling with it, though.
It's just a figure of speech.
Pull yourself together.
Everything okay, Gary?
Yes, I just have a bit of a headache. Pass the wine, please, Tom.
Wine is not so good if you have a headache.
It's not that bad. Pass the wine, please.
Short. Just, try not to choke this.
Some good advice, Tom. Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'll clean it up.
I said it's all right.
No, it's not all right. I made a mess and I should clean it up. You shouldn't have to clean up my messes.
What's going on?
I don't know. He's acting so weird.
This will make it all better.
You keep believing that, asshole. You know you can't do anything right.
Gary,
Because you're a fuck up.
Gary, you're making it worse.
You always have, and you always will be a fuck up.
Gary,
It's coming out. Fuck you.
Gary, stop it. Gary. Gary, it's not helping.
Gary! What? It's enough!
Excuse me.
Look at the mess you made.
I'll clean it up.
No, you won't.
We gonna talk about that, Gary? Gary. Gary, talk to me.
What's wrong with your finger?
What?
Been fidgeting with your ring all night. So I'm thinking maybe there's something wrong with your finger.
There's nothing wrong with my finger. I didn't even know I was doing it.
I've never seen you do it before.
I don't know what to tell you, Gary. Maybe I'm developing a nervous habit.
Is it Tom?
I'm sorry.
The guy Swims with whales. And punches sharks in the face. Is Tom what you're nervous about?
You are ridiculous.
I just want you to be honest with me.
Honest about what?
Whether or not you're attracted to Tom.
Yeah, you wanna know whether I'm attracted to the handsome wildlife photographer, Gary?
So you are attracted to him.
Yeah, you know what, Gary? I suppose I am. And it's really starting to seem like you are too.
Well, the difference between you and me is that he doesn't want to sleep with me.
That's what you're worried about? That I'm gonna have sex with Tom, that's it?
I saw the way he was looking at you. I could sense what was going on.
God, could you, Gary? That really is a keen sense you have there, just spot on. Do you realize that I have decided to make sacrifice after sacrifice, all in the hopes that you and I will conceive a child together? All of the injections and the appointments and the cost and the stress, and you think I would give all of that up just for one good fuck with Tom? Jesus fucking Christ! You know what? I am starting to think that maybe you don't want to have a child. Then maybe you're afraid that that child will grow up and be better than you, and then your petty fucking ego won't be able to handle it. I think I should stay here tonight.